Is now joining.
Ryan Albrecht.
Is now joining.
Mm-hmm. I got him the tape. Well, I'm doing too. No. I think you're setting it up probably. Yeah, exactly. How did he get in there? Did you? All MPs, I think.
Hi, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties in council chambers, so IT and Sherry are working on that, and we'll get started as soon as it's taken care of.
Thank you.
Now it is. Testing. How long is it taking to get back? Testing.
Hi, Adam. We can hear you.
You can hear me? Oh,
we can hear you, yep.
We
Yeah.
good? Thank you. Okay, good. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 5:05, and we would like to begin our Committee of Adjustment meeting. For everyone's information, we will generally deal with each application according to the order of the agenda. Extra copies are available on the back table. Anyone present who wishes to speak in support or against an application, as well as anyone with questions or concerns, will have an opportunity to speak. The committee will make their decision following each application. If there is anyone present who is not an applicant or agent, you can email our Secretary Treasurer Sherry Mott, and please list the file number and your full name and mailing address. Copies of the decisions are automatically sent to the applicant and agent within 15 days of the meeting. In order to be kept advised of a possible appeal to the local planning appeal tribunal, you must request that you be sent a copy of the committee's decision on the application. The decisions are final if there are no appeals 20 days after the committee's decision. May I please remind everyone that we are being recorded. I will take attendance. Alan?
Yep.
Very good. Lisa?
Here.
Marcel? Marcel, are you there? Okay, Rudy?
Yes.
Thank you. And Linda? No, because Linda would be here. Okay. And then I'm Adam Berry, so I am here also. Okay, so the first order of business is to determine if any of the members have any disclosures of interest when considering any of the applications that we will be dealing with today. Are there any disclosures of interest? Okay, hearing none. Have all members received the minutes of the previous meeting? Are there any errors or omissions? If not, I have a resolution before me. Are there any errors or omissions? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Alan moves that.
Rudy moves, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Alan and Rudy. Any discussion? Okay, can I have a Alan to vote to approve? Alan,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Rudy,
Yes.
okay, and I'm also good. So we will approve those minutes. Thank you so much. Very good. Okay, our first application to be considered is for a severance. The number is BNPL 2022025. It is from Great Lakes Land and Farm Corp. Can the applicant, is there an applicant or agent in attendance?
Yes, there is. Mary Elder
Hi, Mary. The planner
is now exiting.
will now give the report on this application.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So an application has been received to sever a parcel having a frontage of 8.54 meters, a width of approximately 8.54 meters, and a depth of 152.38 meters with an area of approximately 150 square meters, and retaining a parcel having an area of approximately 9,400 and I'll say 20 square meters as a boundary adjustment in the urban area of Waterford. So the lands will be added or proposed to be added to an existing parcel located immediately to the east, known as 136 Mechanic Street West. The final lot size of the benefiting lands would be 8,375.9 square meters. So staff have assessed, oops, I'm not moving the presentation, sorry. There we go. So as you can see in the presentation, the proposed area is vacant and it will be added to the lot, as I said, to the east. Staff have assessed the application and are recommending approval of the application because it is consistent with the PPS and official plan policies. So therefore, we are recommending approval subject to the attached conditions of the report. And I'm available for any questions.
Hey, does committee have any questions for the planner? Okay. Would the applicant like to provide additional information?
I think it's pretty straightforward. We're going to be developing both of those properties, so this just enables that to happen in a proper fashion. And I had one question about condition number 4, whether or not there's a word missing. After it speaks to the roll number, it says something about transferred to, and then it carries on. And I don't know if there should be a name in there or what. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. That's the only question I have today for committee.
Jen?
Yep. So through the chair, I did read the condition, and the wording is odd. We are doing a review of our conditions. The existing wording is apparently our standard wording, and the way I read it is just that the severance won't be completed prior to the lands identified by that roll number. So the roll number that we have identified is the actual benefiting lands. So it's for 136 Mechanic Street. So the way I read it is that the severance won't be completed until the Secretary Treasurer receives, what does it say? Is submitted to the Secretary Treasurer that these will be merged essentially. And I think it's just referring to like the benefiting lands. But I agree with Mary, the wording can definitely be fixed. At this moment, I don't have a suggestion on how we fix it. But I think the intent is just to have the severed piece merge with the benefiting lands, because we've identified this roll number for 136 Mechanic Street. Mary, I don't know if that helps.
Through committee, yes, that helps. Thank you. I'm satisfied now.
Okay, thanks very much. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay. So the applicant, is the applicant with us? No.
No,
Okay.
he's not able to be with us.
Okay. Are there any further comments from the committee members? All right. So the staff has recommended approval. Is there a motion from the committee?
Alan moves approval.
Thank you, Alan. Can I have a seconder, please?
Lisa will second.
Okay. Any more discussion on that before we vote? Okay, seeing none then. Is Marcel with us yet? No? Okay. Lisa?
Yes.
Alan?
Yep.
Rudy?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm also good, so that is carried. Very good. Thank you very much. Our next application to be considered is a, where are we here? Variance.
Louis Grilly.
Is now joining.
Oh, okay. That was weird. Okay, so we have a variance. It's where are we here? ANPL 2021393. It's Annie Froze. I guess the agent won't give the report. Sorry, the planner. My mistake. Planner, please give the report.
Thank you, Chair. So an application has been received for the construction of a approximately 12 meters by 12 meters accessory building requiring relief from the maximum permitted usable floor area of 100 square meters to permit one of 148.6 meters squared. The subject lands are approximately 1 acre located in the urban area of Cortland. They are zoned Hamlet residential and designated Hamlet and are occupied by a single attached dwelling and attached garage. Staff have evaluated the proposal through the zoning bylaw, official plan, the agent's justification, and the surrounding context, and conclude it meets the 4 test of a minor variance and recommend that it be approved. I'm available for any questions.
Okay, does committee have any questions for the planner? Okay, seeing none, then is the applicant or agent with us?
Yes, Dave and Denise Smith are on the call.
Okay, and would you like to provide any additional information?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay, are there any additional comments you'd like to make, Dave and Denise?
No, thank you.
Okay, so we have a recommendation for approval. Is there a motion from committee?
Rudy moves approval, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rudy. Can I have a seconder?
Thanks, Rudy. Alan will second that.
Okay, Alan. All right, so I'll call a vote then. Alan,
Yes.
Rudy,
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm also good. So that would be approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have a severance. The application is BNPL 2022035 in the name of Polymeds Limited, care of PJ Kersell. Is the applicant and or agent in attendance? Okay. The planner will now give the report.
Hi, thank you. Through the chair. So this is a pretty unique consent application that we have before you. So an application has been received to facilitate a certificate of validation for the entirety of a lot that was created back in 2019. So just for some quick background, on August 20th of 2019, the Committee of Adjustment did approve consent application BN 050 2019 to sever the parcel that you see here on the screen. So I guess because of the conditions that were applied, easements were required, and I think there was some confusion as to what the legal description to include on the certificate of official that the Secretary Treasurer normally provides at the end of the severance process. The lawyers for the sale of the lands have asked that we kind of update the legal description to reflect what was actually approved back in 2019. So the certificate official only included 2 parts on the registered plan, but it should have included 4. So this application is just to facilitate the correction of that deed. Staff have reviewed it. We've gone through the history. We're confident that it was an error back in 2009, and we recommend approval subject to the attached conditions included in the report.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Does the committee have any questions for the planner? Okay, seeing none. Is the applicant with us by chance now? Have they joined in? Okay. Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Anybody who wishes to speak in opposition of the application? Okay. Any further comments from committee members? Seeing none. Okay, so we have a motion a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion from committee, please?
Alan moves it.
Thank you, Alan. Can I have a seconder?
And Lisa will second.
Okay, I'll call the vote then for approval. Alan,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Rudy.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Approved. Thank you. Our next application is for a severance BNPL 2022038 in the name of Gerald Keith Thorne. Do we have the applicant or agent with us today?
Hi, my name is Christian Simonides, and I'm here to represent our client. So I'm the agent speaking on behalf of our client.
Okay, thank you. The planner will now give the report on the application.
Hi, that's me again. So an application has been received to sever a parcel having a frontage of 14.14 meters, a width of 14.14 meters, and a depth of 50.147 meters, with an area of 708.5 square meters, so approximately 0.18 acres, retaining a parcel having an area of 753.6 square meters as the creation of a lot in the urban area of Waterford. So the lands are designated urban residential and zoned R2, so residential type 2. Staff have assessed the proposal and the application, and we're confident that it's consistent with the PPS. It meets the official plan policies and the zoning. We're recommending approval subject to the attached conditions. Now, one of the conditions that we have added, so if you can see in the images that we show here on the screen, there is a hydro pole located on the west side, or oops, sorry. So the hydro pole is located sort of here. And then the guide wires that you see in the photo sort of cross the front part of the property. So planning has applied a condition that we have a better understanding of how hydro will be addressed for both the severed and the retained parcels, whether that's through an easement or through the relocation of the hydro poles. We can work out with the applicant later. But I just wanted to note that because it's not a condition we normally apply. But aside from that, I'm available for any questions.
Okay, does the committee have any questions for the planner? Okay, would the applicant like to provide additional information?
I don't actually have any additional information to add at this time. Just, I guess, commenting on our support for the staff's recommendation of approval. So that's it for me.
Okay. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay, any further comments from committee members? No. Okay, so we have a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion from committee, please?
Rudy moves to
Lisa.
approval, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rudy. Can I have a seconder, please?
And Lisa will second.
Lisa, very good. So I will call the vote then. All in favor, Alan?
Yeah.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Good. Approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next application is a minor variance, ANPL 2022030.
Tabitha
Scott
Atkinson, CDN Buildings.
Oh,
is now joining.
sorry, who's not? That's right. Okay. Is the applicant or agent in attendance?
I'm the agent, Dave McPherson.
Okay, welcome. The planner will now give the report.
Thank you. Hello. Through the chair, an application has been received to construct a deck to an existing cottage requiring relief of 6% with a maximum permitted lot coverage of 15% to permit one of 21% total. The subject lands are approximately 556 square meters in the resort area of Turkey Point. The applicant has submitted a summary and timeline of the proposal as well as the planning justification brief. Staff have evaluated the proposal through the zoning bylaw, official plan, the justification, and the surrounding neighborhood context and conclude it meets the 4 tests of a minor variance and recommend that it be approved. Here for any questions.
Okay. Does the committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
Well, I have a couple questions. I'm just curious if there's any conditions attached to this.
Through the chair, there are no conditions attached to this subject application.
Excellent. Okay, that's all I was curious about.
Okay. Would you like to provide any additional information, planner? Not for the applicant?
Oh, sorry. Just that I'm supportive of the planner's recommendation.
Okay. Is there anyone else present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak against the application or in general? Nope. Any further comments from committee members? Okay, we have a recommendation to approve. Can I get a motion from committee, please?
Alan will move that.
Okay, can I have a seconder, please?
Rudy seconds.
Thank you, Rudy. Okay, I'll call the vote for approval. Alan?
Yes.
Rudy? Rudy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Lisa?
Yes.
Thank you. Approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next application is for a minor variance. It is ANPL 2022029. Darlene
Is now joining.
oh, sorry, is the applicant or agent in attendance? Oh, okay. The planner will now give the report.
Hello, thank you. Just a heads up for Jen, we'll need to switch to the next slide on the PowerPoint. Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received for the reconstruction of an existing boathouse requiring relief from the maximum height to permit one of 8.2 meters. The maximum permitted lot coverage for an accessory structure of 10% to permit a coverage of 13.7%, and 117 square meters, so the maximum permitted usable floor area of 56 square meters for boathouses to permit a total usable floor area of 173 square meters. During circulation, zoning administrators identified that the relief requested for usable floor area and lot coverage does not reflect what is proposed in the subject application. As such, a revision would be required at the permit stage to reflect the relief requested in the public summary in the subject application. The agent is also unable to make the meeting today, so they're requesting a deferred application to work with staff to ensure their application requests the relief required and meets the public notice requirements. Staff support the proposal to defer this application to achieve this end together. And I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a recommendation to defer that. I don't have to go through the rest. I just call the. Yeah, can I get a? So we have a.
I have a question first, Adam.
Sure. Yep.
I support the deferral, but the question I have is this committee for some time now has been trying to get maximum heights in the resort areas for accessory buildings to 7 meters. And I'm just wondering, I know the regular chair had submitted to the mayor and council, and I guess it got bounced back to the planning department head. The status of that inquiry, can you provide me with an update as to where that's at? The 7 meters from the 5?
Is that a question to Hannah-Laura?
Yeah, I guess so. Or if Jennifer might know either way.
Thank you. Through the chair, I'm happy to defer that answer to Jennifer. I don't have a updated status for that particular question.
Hi, yeah, through the chair. So when the request came back to the planning department, we looked into sort of what transpired, and I know that the accessory structure height in resort areas was increased. The boathouse height, for whatever reason, remained 5 meters. So the planning department has sort of committed to taking that back and doing a review and an analysis to see if a height increase to 7 meters is in fact appropriate. So it is on our radar. It is something we have on our plans to review, and we will analyze it shortly and report back. But right now we don't have a response.
Okay, thanks for that, Jen.
Thank you. So that said, can I get a motion to defer, please?
Through the chair, before we do that, sorry, this is Lisa here. It sounds like we're moving in the direction to do an approval there. Is this something that we need to defer, or is that me overstepping boundaries there?
I'll direct that to Jennifer, I think, again.
I think, Lisa, they're looking to defer for a different reason.
So, Hannah, do you want, I can respond, or do you want to respond?
Please respond, Jen.
Okay, so through the chair, in this particular instance, as a result of the circulation, it was actually identified that additional relief is actually required to issue a building permit for the proposed building. So the way that the building has been designed, it actually requires additional usable floor area to be accommodated in the zoning, and that isn't reflective in the actual proposal here. So one of the issues is that, you know, if we move forward with this and a decision was made, and let's say it was for approval, the building permit couldn't actually be issued for the building that was proposed because additional relief for the floor area to accommodate the size of the building is actually required. So in working with the applicant, we've sort of come to an agreement that, you know, if committee agrees for a deferral, we would go back and revise. They would revise their application to reflect the relief that's actually required to move this forward. So
through the chair. Yeah, thank you. It appears there's more than one issue, so that clears it up. Thank you very much.
Okay. So that's a good question.
So I will move for a deferral there, Adam.
Okay.
Marcel will second that.
Hey, Marcel, how's it going?
Well, I had trouble to get on for some reason. Good, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll, I guess I'll call the vote to approve the motion to defer. Alan?
Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
All right. Heard. Thanks, everybody. Okay, next we have a minor variance, ANPL 2021389, name of Chris Nelson. Is the applicant or agent in attendance? Okay, the planner will now give the report.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to renovate a boathouse which requires relief of 3.35, the maximum height for a boathouse, permit 1 of 8.35 meters, 25.59 square meters, the maximum usable floor area to permit a usable floor area of 81.29 square meters and 0.7% relief from the maximum permitted lot coverage to permit 1 of 10.7%. So similar to the previous application, during circulation, zoning administrators identified that the relief requested for usable floor area and lot coverage does not reflect what is proposed in the subject application. So as a result, a revision would be required at the permit stage to reflect the relief requested in this subject application. Similarly, the agent is unable to make the meeting today, so they're requesting a deferred application to work with staff to ensure their application can meet these ends, and we support the proposal to defer this application to achieve this together. Thank you. You're available for any questions.
Do you have any questions for the planner?
Yeah. So again, I would have supported deferral, and I would like I hope the applicant to be aware that the status of the height, the possible height change for boathouses along with accessory buildings. So I'll make that. I'll move that recommendation.
Okay. Does anyone else on committee have questions for the planner? Okay, can I get a seconder for Alan's motion, please?
Lisa will second.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay. So okay, I guess I'll just call the vote then to approve the deferral. Alan?
Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Good. Thanks, everybody. Deferred. That's good. Good. Okay, our next application is for a minor variance, ANPL 2022036. Name of Brian Albrecht. Is the applicant or agent in attendance?
Yes, agent. Oh,
was there someone there?
yeah, Tabitha is the agent, and Brian is also on.
Okay, thank you. The planner will now give the report.
Hi, me again. Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to construct a 30-foot by 40-foot accessory building requiring relief from the maximum permitted usable floor area for accessory structures to permit one of 155 square meters and additional relief from the maximum height for these buildings of 6 meters to permit a total height of 6.6 meters. The agent has identified that the proposed structures is to be used for residential needs. The subject lands are approximately 2.24 acres located in the township of South Walsingham and are occupied by a single detached home with an existing attached garage. Staff have evaluated the proposal through the zoning bylaw, official plan, justifications surrounding uses, and concluded meets the 4 tests of a minor variance and recommend that it be approved. Thank you, and I'm here for any questions.
Okay. Does committee have any questions for the planner? Okay. Would the applicant like to provide additional information?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay. Additional comments you'd like to make to the applicant there? Any further comments from committee members? Okay, can I get a motion? We have a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion, please, from the committee?
Rudy moves approval, Mr. Chairman.
I thought it was Marcel. Was it Marcel?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then Rudy was a seconder.
Yeah.
Okay, I will call. Pardon? Nope, nothing. Okay, I will call the vote then. Rudy?
Yes.
Alan?
Yep.
Lisa? Lisa? Oh, we've lost her.
Yes.
Marcel? Okay, Marcel?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. It's approved. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next application is for a minor variance, ANPL 20220008.
Tabitha Atkinson, CDN Buildings.
Name of LG
Is now
Enterprises.
exiting.
Name of LG Enterprises Inc.
Brian Albrecht.
Is now exiting.
All right. I'll just read it again.
Yes,
Next
Mr. Chair, I'm here. Louis Grilly, the applicant.
We'll just the planner will give the report.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to reconstruct an existing boathouse to permit the expansion of a legal non-conforming use in the hazard land zone. The subject lands are, as I mentioned, zoned and designated hazard land and are a leased portion of water, which is owned by the Ministry of Northern Development, Mines, Natural Resources and Forestry, or the MNRF, located north of the intersection of Boathouse Lane and Poplar Road. GIS mapping from as far back as 1964 demonstrates that this land use has existed for many years, and the boathouse is proposed to increase approximately from a 70% lot coverage of 54 square meters to a 100% lot coverage of 74 square meters. The applicant has discussed their proposal with the MNRF and the Department of Fisheries, or the DFO, due to it being adjacent to a provincially significant wetland, which triggers some evaluatory requirements to ensure the subject application doesn't impact the ecological vitality of the wetland it abuts. The DFO has indicated recommended measures to take when completing construction to conform with the Fisheries Act and Species at Risk Act, which is included in Attachment 1. Long Point Region Conservation Authorities concluded the proposed development is consistent with Section 3.1 of the Provincial Policy Statement. With these concerns addressed, staff conclude it meets the 4 tests of a minor variance and recommend that it be approved. Thank you.
Okay, does committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
Just my thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Are there any additional comments you would like to make, Mr. Greeley?
No, Mr. Chair, that's all. Thank you very much.
All right, are there any further comments from committee members? Okay, so we have a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion from the committee, please?
Lisa moves to approve.
Thank you, Lisa. Can I have a seconder?
Alan.
Alan, thank you. I will call the vote then to approve. Marcel,
Yes.
Rudy,
Yes.
Alan,
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
Good. Approved.
Mr. Chair, before I exit, sorry, something just popped to mind. Is there a timeline on towards development attached to this application, to this approval?
There's a 20-day appeal period. Is that what you mean?
No, that doesn't expire. I bought a new house and I may not be able to build a boathouse this year, so I may have to push it into 23. That's all.
I see. I'll try to handle then. Is there a?
Thank you. Through the chair, my understanding is that there's no timeline. There might be some measures that the DFO has articulated in terms of if you notify them when you start construction, but essentially once it's granted by committee, you're good to proceed when it's appropriate for your needs.
Okay, thank you, handler. Is that's satisfactory there?
Through the chair, yes. Thank you to the planner and thank you to the committee.
Very good. Welcome. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry,
Carrying on. Our next application.
Louis Grilly
is now exiting.
All right. Our next application is for an easement. BNPL 2022022, Chad and Angela Homick. Is the applicant or agent in attendance?
It's Chad Homick, the applicant. I'm on.
Great. Hello. The planner will now give the report on the application.
Hi, so through the chair, an application has been received to create an easement with a frontage of approximately 10 meters, a width of approximately 10 meters, a depth of 410.9 meters, with an area of 4,148 square meters, for the purpose of maintaining access to a gas line for agricultural production. So the easement would be in favor of, I believe it's 409 Goshen Road. Yeah, so it would start at Norfolk County Road 30, follow along the property line along the north of 355 Goshen Road and sort of provide access to the farm at 409 Goshen. Staff have reviewed the application. We've assessed it against the PPS and policies of the official plan. We feel that it is consistent with both. Just some points. We have received comments from this neighbor here. And he's just wanting to make sure that his gas line, he also gets gas from the line that's located here, and he just wants to make sure that he's not going to be impacted. And I reassured him that the easement is literally just to ensure that there's continued access for the agricultural parcel at 409 Goshen. Another item I want to point out is there was concern about a permanent driveway or entrance being accommodated along this 10-meter wide frontage. And just to confirm, we won't be issuing a permanent entrance here. So if Enbridge needs to access the pipe, they can actually apply with the municipality, with Norfolk, to get a temporary entrance so that they can do their work, or alternatively, they can access from 409 Goshen Road as well. So just wanted to point that out. And then another thing, in terms of the conditions that are attached for approval, so planning staff are recommending approval subject to the attached conditions. Upon clarification with the Development Engineering Department, one of the conditions can actually be removed if committee agrees as well. So condition number 2 regarding the drainage assessment reapportionment fee, that doesn't apply in this case because land isn't necessarily changing hands. It's just sort of creating an easement to protect the pipe that's underground. So Development Engineering has said that we can remove that condition. So condition 2 can be struck from there. Aside from that, I'm available for any questions the committee may have.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Does the committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
No, I don't have anything more to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay. To the applicant, are there any additional comments you would like to make, Mr. Homick?
No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any further comments from the committee members? No. Okay, so we have a recommendation for a approval. Can I get a motion?
Alan will move approval with drainage, with the clause number 2 taken out.
Okay.
I'll second that, Marcel.
Okay, thank you, Marcel. So then I will call the vote. Alan?
Yep.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Very good. Our next application is for a, it's all three here. Okay, so we have application for a severance. It's BN PL 2022017, a minor variance AN PL 2022018, and a second minor variance AN PL 2022019, Jacob and Susanna Martins. Is the agent here?
Yes, I'm the agent, Adam Moot.
Okay, thank you very much. The planner will now give the report on these three applications. Hannelore, you're muted.
Thank you, through the chair. I was just saying, if it's okay with you, I can read all three applications concurrently, leaving some space and time to provide a recommendation and then to have that motion be passed by the committee.
That sounds fine to me. Anybody object to that? Okay, carry on.
Right, thank you. So through the chair, an application has been received for BNPL 2022-017 to sever a parcel having a frontage of 51 meters, a width of 31 meters, a depth of approximately 29 meters, and having an area of 1,218 square meters, and retain a parcel having an area of 1,319 square meters as the creation of a lot within the hamlet of South Middleton. This will create a severed parcel occupied by a small shed and a retained parcel occupied by a single detached home and garage. The agent has submitted a preliminary wastewater treatment analysis report, nitrate impact assessment report, and planning justification report as supporting documents, which are included in the report, which demonstrate how the proposed lot configuration may support the needed services for future development and lot viability. Application ANPL 2022-018 is for the severed parcel to recognize the deficiencies created through the severance, requiring relief from the minimum permitted lot area of 4,000 square meters to permit a lot area of 1,218 square meters. And lastly, application ANPL 2022-019 is for the same purpose. So to grant relief from the minimum permitted lot area of 4,000 square meters to permit a lot area of 1,319 square meters. In addition to the minimum front yard setback to permit one of 6 meters. To permit a decreased front yard setback of 2 meters, relief from the minimum exterior yard setback to permit one of 5.5 meters, from the minimum interior side yard setback to permit a decreased interior side yard setback of 0.7 meters. So just recognizing the existing deficiencies that are on the lands to be retained, as well as some deficiencies created by the severance for the rear yard setback. All that to say, planning staff consider the subject application BNPL 2022-017 to be consistent with the policies of the PPS and conform to the official plan as it relates to consent to sever policies in the hamlet designation. Staff support this application and recommend that it be approved, subject to the attached conditions.
Okay, thank you. Does committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
No, Mr. Chair, Hannelore did a great job advising everyone of what was going on here, and I thank her for her support throughout the process.
Very good. That's good to hear. Okay, so is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Are there any additional comments you would like to make, Mr. Moot?
No, thank you. We're happy to be moving forward, and I'll be working with the county along with the property owner to address those conditions.
Good, thank you. Are there, okay, so no comments for the committee members. So we have a recommendation to approve. Can I get a motion?
Rudy moves approval, Mr. Chair.
Can I get a seconder, please?
Lisa will second.
Okay. Okay, I will call the vote then. Rudy?
Yes.
Alan?
Yeah.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, committee members.
Thank you. So through the chair, if it's all right, I'll proceed to the subject application AMPL 2022-018,
Yes.
which requests relief from the minimum lot area. So staff have evaluated it and consider that it meets the 4 tests of minor variance and also recommend that it be approved.
Okay, thank you. So again, committee, do you have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
Nothing further.
Okay. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of this application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? Okay, so no additional comments. So we have a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion for that as well, please, from the committee?
Marcel approves.
Seconded by?
Alan?
Thank you, Alan. I will call the vote then to approve. Alan?
Yep.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Good. And number 3, Hannelore.
Thank you. Through the chair. So lastly, subject application AMPL 2022-019, requesting relief from the minimum lot area and some setbacks. Staff consider it meet the 4 tests of a minor variance and recommend that it also be approved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Does committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
Nothing further.
Thank you. Anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application? No more further comments. So we have a recommendation for approval. Can I please get a motion from committee?
Alan moves that.
Thank you, Alan. Can I have a seconder, please?
Lisa will second.
Lisa. I will then call the vote to approve. Alan?
Yep.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, our final application for this evening. Nope, we have 2 more. My mistake. Don't get excited, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Our next one is for a severance, BNPL 2021369, in the name of SFO Capital Inc. Do we have the agent or applicant here?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Scott Palandre as the agent.
Sorry, could you say your name?
Scott Palandre.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The planner will now give the report.
Thank you. So through the chair, an application has been received to sever a parcel having a frontage of 17.76 meters, an irregular width of approximately 22.8 meters, a depth of 45.72 meters, with an area of 883.7 square meters, approximately 0.21 of an acre, and retaining a parcel having an area of 745.8 square meters, which is approximately 0.8 acres, as the creation of a lot in the urban area of Waterford. So this application was previously presented to committee and deferred because we have The applicants amended the proposal slightly to modify the size of the lots. That being said, planning staff have reviewed the application. We've assessed it against the provincial policy statement and the policies of the urban residential designation, as well as the consent to sever policies of the OP. We're confident that it is consistent and we recommend approval subject to the attached conditions. And I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
Very good. Does committee have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
Mr. Chair, just thanks to Jen for working with us on this application regarding the conditions.
Okay. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Okay, is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. We are, I'm speaking on behalf of my parents and they live.
1 second, can you state your name for the record, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Rachel Atkins.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry. We would just like to ask if there is consideration for a privacy fence to be put up along the one side or at all.
So who are you directing your question to, Ms. Atkins?
I'm not sure.
I suppose we'll go then through our planner, Jennifer, to start.
So through the chair, I'm going to assume that the applicant is I'm not sure if you could see the screen, but is asking about the length of the northern property line.
Yes.
And a fence there. So typically we don't add conditions that privacy fences are included as a condition of severance. So fences can be put up afterwards if the owner of the new lot would like to erect a fence, or if your parents would like to put up a fence, that's also an option. But I don't think at this time planning wouldn't be recommending that a fence be included as a condition of the severance application.
Okay. And my parents would also like to, and I don't know who I'm directing this to, express their concern about the parking along the Norfolk Street with these constructions happening. I'm not sure who that is directed to.
Parking isn't really in the purview of the planning department or this committee, really. That would be more of a bylaw thing, I would expect. Is that correct, Jennifer?
So through the chair, the way, yes, you're correct in a sense. One thing that we will assess through these applications is that when a new house is constructed, is that the parking requirements of the zoning bylaw are achieved. So two parking spaces are required per dwelling unit. So when the new house is built on the severed parcel, part of the zoning verification would be that 2 parking spaces could be accommodated on the site. And similarly, we have added a condition that a survey sketch be provided to show where essentially where the parking would be located on the retained lands. So part of that would be they need to accommodate 2 parking spaces as well for the existing dwelling to make sure that it can be accommodated on site. So in terms of these applications, I guess regarding parking, that's how we would be doing the check. If there's a bigger parking problem, then I think that would be something that we would have to assess through a separate process. So I'm not sure, Rachel, if that answers your question, but if there are parking concerns in the neighborhood, we would direct you. There is like a new parking pilot going on in Norfolk, and I could connect you with the project manager for that.
Okay. Nope, that's great.
Okay. Is there anyone else present who wishes to speak, I guess in general at this point? Okay, seeing no one. So this is to the applicant. Are there any additional comments you would like to make?
No, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments from committee members? Okay, so we have a motion, sorry, not a motion, a recommendation to approve. Can I get a motion from the committee, please?
Rudy moves approval, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Rudy. Could I have a seconder, please?
Alan?
Thank you, Alan. I will call the vote then to approve. Alan?
Yeah.
Rudy?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Marcel?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. And our final application for this evening is a boundary adjustment, BNPL 2021370 SFO Capital Inc. So that we know the applicant is here, so Planner will give the report.
Awesome, thank you. So similarly to the previous application, this one was also previously deferred, and we're presenting again. So an application has been received to sever a parcel having no frontage, a width of 18.45 meters, a depth of 14.05 meters, with an area of 259, so approximately 260 square meters, and retaining a parcel having an area of 1,630 square meters, so approximately 0.4 acres, as a boundary adjustment in the urban area of Waterford. The lands will be added to an existing vacant parcel located immediately adjacent to the east of 65 Norfolk Street. And the final lot size of the benefiting lands will be 10,660 square meters, so approximately 2.6 acres. Again, the property is designated urban residential. Planning staff have analyzed the provincial policy statements and the policies of the official plan and are happy that the boundary adjustment is consistent with the policies. So we are recommending approval subject to the attached conditions in the report. I'm here for any questions you may have.
Okay, does the community have any questions for the planner? Would the applicant like to provide any additional information?
No, Mr. Chair, thanks again, Jen, for working with us on this application.
Thank you. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition of the application or in general? All right, then we have a recommendation for approval. Can I get a motion from committee?
Alan.
Marcel.
Thank you. Was that Rudy there, or Marcel seconding?
Yes.
Thank you. Then I will call the vote. Marcel?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
Very good. That concludes our applications for this evening. We're going to go on to other business, I think, because Sherry's got something.
Hello, everybody. Last month, I did mention to the committee that we're going to be using a new program with for our reports, our agendas, anything relevant to the applications are reposted online to a program called eScribe. So it has been recommended that everyone will be getting a link to review reports, review agendas. You will not be receiving a hard copy anymore, exception for the chair who is in-house. This is something that council has recommended to all committees. They would like to have everybody on board with new technology, make sure your computers are up to date so you can download any programs, print any reports that you need to do. But if it's troubling for you, I don't mind printing them off, just as long as it's temporary, because going forward, this has been advised by council. So that's number one. I'll be sending out links for next month's meeting. And if you have any troubles, please reach out. I'm happy to walk you through the program. Secondly, I've heard from our clerk today, and as of April the 1st, committee is welcome to come in council if they choose to do so. We're trying to get back to some kind of normalcy here. So if you're wanting to come to the meetings in-house, you're welcome to do so. Not sure exactly the protocol, but I think masks are still going to be required unless you're sitting and 6 feet apart from the next committee member. So I'll be sending an email out to that effect as well. So it'd be nice to see some faces back in office again. Nice to see everybody. So going forward, things are going to change. It looks like COVID's kind of loosening up a little bit for everybody. And I hope to see everybody maybe next month. if you have any questions or concerns regarding any of this stuff, just shoot me an email, a text, or whatever. Be happy to go over anything you need. So just want to thank everybody for their time tonight.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. Is there any other business?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you, Adam, for jumping in on a short notice. My sciatica appreciates it very much so.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem, man. Anytime I can help it, I'm happy to. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move that.
Alan, seconded by
Lisa?
Lisa. I guess we're all in favor of that, I assume, so I'm not going to call the vote. So anyways, take it easy, Alan. Hope you feel better. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And the adjournment time is 6:05. So we did it in an hour. Way to go.
Have a great night, everyone.